we can ask what's the average score of equals in the data set for math. Okay, so you can see that the average math score for female students. Let's be honest, analyzing data is intimidating for most people. Spreadsheets, formulas, code, it can all feel overwhelming, especially if you're not from tech background. But what if you could upload your data and just ask questions in plain English? Welcome to day 167 of the 1000 days of no code challenge. Today we are exploring Julius AI, an AI-powered data science tool that lets you upload your data and get graphs, insights, and code instantly. Let's see how it works. To begin, head over to Julius AI, click on sign up, continue with Google and select your account, click on continue, and we are set. Now you have to upload your data. Before we get there, it has a few questions. How do you plan to use Julius? Let's say for work. I don't want to spend time, so one of it. Not sure mathematics, couple of them, and Instagram, complete. Okay, and we can upload our data here. Just before we get there, we have different models. One is by default, which is Julius. Julius selects which model to use. But if you want to use specific models like GPT 4.1 or Claude 3.7, O4 mini, and so on and so forth, then you should be in the paid plan. Now let's assume that Julius selects the best model for us, and let's continue with the free version for now. Of course, if you like the tool and if you want to explore more, you can go with the paid plan. The intention of this particular series that we are doing is to explore tools in the free plan, and whatever tools you like, you can go with the paid plan. And you also have plot themes, right? No themes or Julius or scientific, dark, and so on and so forth. I'll keep it the default one for now. So I'm going to upload some student performance file, and you can see that Julius is analyzing or was analyzing, right? And you can see we have some numbers here with gender, race, ethnicity, group B, group C, group A. I'm not sure what exactly does that mean. Parental level of education, bachelor's degree, some college, master's degree, and so on and so forth. Lunch, standard, free, reduced. I have no clue what this data is about, but test preparation course, none completed, and so on and so forth. Math score, reading score, writing score. Okay, some random data that the team has selected, right? And now this is the table. If you go to plots, then you actually have an option to create a scatter plot, line chart, bar chart, histogram, box plot, violin plot, and so on and so forth, right? Now I'll not plot it over there. What I'll do is I'll go here and ask the GPT, right, the model, to create a graph for me. Can you please plot the most relevant graph for analyzing this data? So it takes about a few seconds, and you can see I'll first load and examine the data, then create a relevant visualization that helps understand the key patterns in students' performance. Okay, it also writes some Python code which we can use if we need. So you can see that we have got some plot, right? So distribution of student scores by subject. So we have math score, we have reading score, and we have math, reading, and writing. Okay, you can see that most of the students are in between 60 to 80, right? And slightly more in reading, and equally good in writing. Okay, you can also download this from here. You can ask specific questions based on the data that you've got into the file. Okay, we can ask what's the average score of equals in the data set for math. Okay, so you can see that the average math score for female students is approximately 63.63 points. Okay, now let's check if that is true, and I've just opened the file over here, right? We've got the math score here and female and male over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a formula is, so sum if, okay, and the first, this thing we have to give is sum range. Criteria range needs to be given, that is this range, and then we have to give the criteria, which is female, okay? And you can see that we've got 32,962 as the total. Now we'll do count if, and the same thing, range is this, and then criteria is female, 580. So we divide this one by this one, and what we get is 63.633, and that's precisely what we got over here. Let's continue one last thing before we can wind up. Can you plot a graph to get the scores based on the gender? Now, I'm not doing this to discriminate any genders. It's just the subject that they've chosen. Do not get me wrong. And there you go. So we've got the plots based on gender, right? So orange is male and blue is female in this case. As you can see in math, boys have done better than girls, and reading score, girls have done better than boys, and even in writing, girls have done better than boys. Again, this is just a sample data, no discrimination, right? We believe in equality, and that's how Julius AI makes data analysis so simple. Whether you're working with CSVs, Excel files, or structured data, it doesn't matter. You just upload your file and ask your questions in plain English, just like we did, and you'll get insights, graphs, and Python code, all generated within a couple of seconds. It's a powerful tool for anyone who is dealing with data. It could be students, professionals, researchers, or even business owners. So go ahead and give Julius a try, and do not forget to share with somebody who is struggling to understand their dataset. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.